who made me the way I am today. My family is an average size of the 1980s. Mum, my dad, my brother and I. I grew up in the foothills of Perth, in WA, near the Swan Valley. My childhood was great. I was lucky enough to grow up in the 1980s, which meant we had the freedom of going off for long bike rides and playing with our friends, as long as we were home by 5 for dinner. I was fortunate. My parents always took us on our annual trip somewhere. But when I was 9, I went to Singapore. This trip would have me going back to Southeast Asia on our annual holiday for the rest of my teens. It opened up the travel bug. Mrs. B, she was a great teacher. She was a very hands-on teacher and was big into discussions on one's experiences, interests and abilities. The history lessons were always full of curiosity from us students. I remember one lesson being taught about World War II and the concentration camps in Germany. Mrs. B spoke how she had gone to a concentration camp. She described every emotion and why she was visiting them. The lesson made me realise that the world wasn't a nice place. While I understood what the Anzac did for Australia, I couldn't imagine that humans could be so cruel to other humans. It was then that I decided I needed to be more understanding to the people around me. I feel like I'm a hands-on learner like John Dewey. John Dewey is a pragmatist. He asserted that children must be invested in what they were learning. He also argued that the curriculum should be relevant to the children's lives. Dewey believed that human beings learn through a hands-on approach. He believes that reality must be experienced. From his educational point of view, this means that students must interact with the environment around them in order to learn. I also feel connected to Vygotsky. He developed the zone of proximal development, which is known as the range of ability that an individual can perform with the assistance but cannot yet perform by themselves. It is also known as the distance between the actual development level as determined by an independent problem solving and the level of potential development as determined through problem solving under the guidance of peers. He also introduced the method of scaffolding, which is how adults support children's development and learning by offering the right help at just the right time in the right way. Scaffolding is typically demonstrated with older children, yet adults' natural interaction with infants and toddlers are also considered scaffolding learning. The way I am today has had a lot to do with my upbringing and experiences through my life. I want to be able to help students to have different experiences in order for them to develop to their full potential, just as my parents and teachers have done for me.